The coolest thing about life is actually having lived it. Quote by John Kromm. Okay, I totally just made that up, and I don't even really know why, but because for the first time in the last couple of years doing all these videos, I've had 2 videos almost back to back in the last month where I've gotten to really kind of incorporate my own personal past, either my old jobs or my old careers, businesses, kind of into these videos. And it just has helped me bring more color to these videos, I think. I hope. We'll see what you guys think. But in either case, it's fun to bring it all together. First it was Blockbuster video, and now it's coffee shops. So today we're gonna take a look into Ben's best coffee shops. Only trust me, there's no way I could actually tell you which coffee shop is the best. We are just blessed with beans here in Bend. And so, we're gonna kinda, touch on some of the highlights, I guess. What the heck? Look at this map. This was a simple Google search for coffee shops, but there's nothing on the east side. Google must be broken. Are we in the Matrix? Look at this. There we go. Ooh, that's a lot. Let's just hit the west side first. First up on our list is, still, that is a lot of coffee shops. Okay, look, I promise, I am gonna take you through some really awesome coffee shops here in just a second. But I have to tell you that my wife Shannon and I actually used to own and operate our own small boutique coffee shop a long time ago. It was a whole different lifetime ago, it feels like sometimes, right? So it was maybe 15-ish plus or minus years ago, back in Nashville. Now, we were way ahead of our time in Nashville. Apparently today, Nashville is one of the hot spots for really high-end, boutique type coffee. But back in our day when we were doing it, nobody had any clue what pulling a great shot was all about. That is some sexy footage. Thump. Now the first one on the list is the one that I first walked into moving back here after having, run a coffee shop back in 2010. Walking into this one, it immediately took me back to my coffee shop back in Nashville. And that is Thump Coffee. With this dark and moody motif, they've got the Java jackets hanging all over the ceiling, at least they did back then. And then their expert baristas, just crushing it behind the espresso machine. It just felt like home for us. Since then, Thump has expanded greatly. They now roast all of their own beans and distribute them throughout the Northwest. They have multiple locations across Bend, including 2 in Northwest Crossing alone, and they still pull some of the best shots I've ever seen. That's the actual pulling of the espresso. Drip coffee's great, I drink it every single day, but the espresso's just, good stuff. Next on the list is Lone Pine Coffee Roasters. Now I hadn't originally known about this place because their first location, their original gangster, was in such a hole in the wall in downtown. But that's okay because now that they've got multiple locations, I've found them all and I've been to them, and they're very, very cool. In fact, both locations are cool as they have one on the east side and then also one on the west side. Both feature a very hip bohemian vibe. And of course they serve up killer coffee any way you desire. But they don't just have coffee. I mean, they've got wine, they've got artwork, they've got fantastic pastries. They even have a really cool window where they do their roastery where you can actually kind of sit there and watch them roast the beans right in front of your eyes. Super cool place, you should check it out. Back Porch Coffee is another heavy hitter. They have 4 locations. 3 actual cafes and then 1 drive-through location. And let me tell you, they are just all in really, really great locations. Perfect for meeting and perfect for gathering. I will say that sometimes their locations are so good that it kind of makes it hard to actually get a table. We've scheduled plenty of meetings and interviews and stuff like that at Back Porch, and at off times where you think people wouldn't be there, and it's still, sometimes it can be hard to find a table. But again, it's totally worth it to go because they've got great coffee, great atmosphere. It's a little more modern and contemporary versus the Lone Pine thing, but still very comfy and cozy. Looney Bean. This one slides under the radar, but it's definitely one of my favorites in the summertime. Now, the important thing to consider here is the weather, because in my opinion, the best part about this particular coffee shop is the outdoor atmosphere. There is a small amount of seating indoors, but the best part is that it's right downtown Bend, and it is right along the Deschutes River, like right along Mirror Pond. You get your coffee, you go straight through the tiny little indoor area to this big grassy yard that just rolls down to the riverfront. It's really, really awesome. You're just staring at Mirror Pond right in the face. I will also say that the coffee is great, and they have an excellent selection of baked goods like breakfast sandwiches and pastries and stuff like that. On a nice warm summer morning, you can grab a table right down by the river, and it's awesome. Kvista. Okay, so this has to be the last one on this particular list, this particular video, just because we're gonna run out of time. But again, like I said, we've got so many great coffee shops here. We'll probably have to do another video later on. So there you go. Bonus, more coffee shop videos coming soon. Kvista is another favorite of mine, but again, you can't blame me. There's just so many great coffee shops here in Bend. Kvista is the newcomer here. They haven't been around that long, but I have to say they've got a really great product going on. Located in the old Shearshaw building, their location is superb. In fact, it's arguably too good, as you can't really ever find parking. Seriously, if you're meeting somebody here, you need to show up extra early just to find parking. All the other stores around the area are like, no, you can't park here. So, sometimes it can be a challenge, especially if you have to meet somebody for a very important thing, like you have to be on time. You gotta show up early to find parking. Yes, I'm speaking from experience. Once you're inside, it's not as bad because it's actually a bigger space. They even have a private meeting room if you need one. I will also say they have a really great vibe on the inside. It's very comfortable, very nice. They have a good selection of baked goodies and food, and of course, great coffee. Okay, so that's just a sampling, a really great sampling, of the coffee shops that we have here in Bend, kind of on the west side. I promise there are way more, but this is a good starting point. Hey, if you're liking this kind of content, I beg you to subscribe to our channel. Every week we release videos about Central Oregon regarding recreation, current events, and real estate. And as always, smash the like button, leave a comment, and if you are considering buying or selling in the area, my team and I would love to be your resource of choice. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you over in the next video.